morning. Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about RdBMS. RdBMS stands for Relation Database Management System. RdBMS is the basics for the SQL and similar to the IBM, Oracle, MySQL and Microsoft Access. And it is introduced by EF code. And then what is table? Table is nothing but is a collection of columns and rows, as we know. In RdBMS is stored in the database object which are called the table. Okay, and then what is field? Every table is broken up into the smaller entities called field. The field is the if you take the table name customer table consists of the different field customer name, customer age, customer address, and then customer salary. Okay, and then a field is a column in a table that is designed to maintain the record of the table. Okay, and then what is record? We can say record or row. Record is also called as a row of data, is each individual entity that exists in a table. For example, there are 7 records in a customer table. Already we discussed in customer table. Okay, so this if we want to give the values, that is the row. And what is column? We have vertical entity in the table that contains in the information associated with the specified field in a table. And why we said that this is the null value. Null value in a table is it is also the value, but appears to be the blank. Okay, so which means a field with a null values is a field with no values. Okay, and then next we are discuss SQL constraints. SQL constraints we have different types of constraints, not null constraints, create constraints, default constraints, unique constraints, primary constraints, and then foreign constraints. So every constraints we have the specified criteria. If you want to discuss null values, the null value, that means we have to ensure the column cannot have the null values. Okay, and then next if we take the primary key means every value, every unique identifiers, each row or record in the database table. Okay, and then next what is data integrity? Data integrity means is already exist in the RdBMS, but we have some categories entity integrity, domain integrity, referential integrity, user defined integrity. We have 4 types of integrity in the RdBMS. First we discussed entity integrity. Entity means this is the table, so there are no duplicate rows in a table. Okay, so that is the entity integrity. And next one is the domain integrity. Domain integrity means we have to enforce valid entities of a single column by the restriction of the type, format, and the range of the values. Every value have the type, and we have to mention the format also in the domain entity. And then referential integrity. Referential integrity is nothing but rows cannot be deleted. If rows are deleted, it may affected in the foreign table. Okay, so which are used by the other record. And then next integrity means user defined integrity. User defined integrity is nothing but enforcing some specific business rules. If you want to maintain some rules, it's recommended by EF code, already we discussed. So that do not fall into the entity domain or referential integrity. These are the main concept we discussed in the data integrity. These 4 integrity we have to follow in the creating the table. Okay, and then ER code means ER model means it is a entity relationship model. Okay, so next one, what is entity? Entities can be the real world object. It's animate, for example, either it's maybe the animation or inanimate, whatever it is we can create. It's a collection of the table, or it's collection of the some entities. Okay, for example, a student set may contain all the students of the school. Likewise, teachers set may contain of all the teachers of the school from the faculties. Okay, and then what is attribute? In each entities are represented by means of their properties called attributes. Okay, so all attributes have the same value. All attributes have the same value. For example, student's entity may have the name, class, age, or date of birth, phone number, whatever it is. These are the attributes of the table. Okay, and then there exists a domain or range of values that can be assigned or attributes. And then for example, student's name cannot be numerical value, it has to be the alphabetic. Already we know, if name must be have the characters, it's not in the numerical value. Okay, and then we have different types of attributes, very important concept in the RdBMS. So first one is the simple attributes, composite attributes, derived attributes, and single value attributes or multi value attributes. I would like to detailed attributes in another one video. Just we must know what are the attributes in the RdBMS. Okay, next one is the entity set and key. At the same, we have different types of entity key. Okay, so super key, candidate key, primary key, and then foreign key. And then next one is the we must know difference between the relationship and relationship set. Okay, so the association among entity is called the relationship. For example, an employee works at a department, a student enroll in the course. Here, works at the enroll are called relationship. Okay, do you understand? And then a relationship set, a set of relationship of a similar type is called a relationship set. So that is the difference between the relationship and a relationship set. In upcoming class, we will discuss about different types of attributes and different types of keys also. So thank you very much. You all support me to subscribe this channel. Thank you.